Shalom Aleichem and Chanukah Sameach, Afreilchen Chanukah. We are here with the Chanukah lights in order to go into fulfill the mitzvah of Pirsuma Nisa, to go and to publicize the miracle of Chanukah, even though it's we're not having the lighting right now. We had the lighting at the first part of the class with the story, but together with the Pirsuma Nisa, it says that we're supposed to have also a joy and at least a little bit of joy and happiness when we as we celebrate the Chanukah lights. So we'll have one or two nigunim and then we'll go to the shir. Hanei salalu she'anu madlikim, Hanei salalu she'anu madlikim, al hanisim ve'al hanifos ve'al hateshuos ve'al hatikvos. 1 second, so we can see the menorah. Yes, she'asi salav v'seinu, she'asi salav v'seinu, bayomim hahem, yayomim hahem, bayomim hahem, bizman hazeh, ma'osu Yeshu asi, b'chol no'el l'shabeach, mikoim beis tefilasi, b'sham teidon ezabeach, le'esachin matbeach, min sam nabeach, ozeg mor b'shir mizmor, Chanukah samizbeach, ozeg mor b'shir mizmor, Chanukah samizbeach. Leideis ulalel, heideis ulalel, leshincho hagodel. Leideis ulalel, leideis ulalel, shimcho hagodel. Al nisecho v'al nifleisecho v'al yeshuosecho. 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 No, we should have these goals of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach Teichef Umiyad Mamish immediately now. Going to the Dvar Malchus, we see the Chanukah lights, beautiful Shal Helves Eila Me'ilea, the flames going up on their own. After they're lit, they're supposed to go up on their own, with their own potential of light. And this is what Chanukah is all about. We light the neshama of ourselves. We have the opportunity to go out and to light the neshamas of the members of our family, of our friends, of our acquaintances. Chanukah is a holiday where we see that the heart of a Jew is totally open, with no guards. No one to stop the light, because light is infinite and it has no end. And so also the light, when we bring the Chanukah light to any and every single Jew, we have the opportunity to go and to light up their neshama, first and foremost our own neshama, and then the members of our family, but then the neshama of each and every Jew, wherever he or she may be found. We'll go to the Dvar Malchus tonight. We are on, in the hard copy, on page 26, Ois Tes. In the PDF file, we're on page 9, also obviously, Ois Tes. And the Rebbe comes and tells us as follows. 1 second, I'll just turn off the heater. Excuse me. And we're back. The Rebbe comes and tells us as follows: Al pi nizkar le'el, according to that which is mentioned above, yesh leimar, we must say, atam lechoch shetfila zu, the reason that this prayer, tfilas Moshe Isha Elokim, the prayer of Moshe, the man of God, he mizmor tzadik mit b'tehilim, is the chapter 90 in the book of Psalms. Hein mitzad mispratishim. This relates to the number itself, 90. Ve'hein mitzad ha'ois tzadik, and also as it relates to the letter of the aleph base, the letter tzadik, which is in letters its numerical value of 90. Tish'im. First of all, the Rebbe comes and explains what is the concept of the number 90. Bislosa zimnei hava chazaka. With three times that something is repeated, we have a chazaka. We have a pretense for something that is permanent. Inyan chazaka. What is the concept of chazaka? Milshon chozek comes from the concept of strength. Chozek. Hu shebehemshechius oy chazora the sholish pe'amim nasa dover kavua. That is, that in the continuation, in the continuity, or the repetition of something 3 times, so that something becomes permanent. Hu mischazek. This also brings on the fact that the thing itself that was repeated 3 times becomes stronger. Koinena. That's the concept of the word that is used by David and Melech in the chapter of Tehillim that we're dealing with. Koinena, that which becomes permanent. V'chach yishar lo'ad. And so, with this strength, it will remain forever. In other words, the strength gives it the ability to be permanent and to be forever, constant. Hashleimus hamleah b'chazaka u'dishloisha, the complete completion of the concept of strength of that which is chazaka. In other words, that which is repeated 3 times, pe'omim, gufa, hitishim. Where do we see this? In the number 90. Shu sholish pe'omim shloishim, which is 3 times the number 30. Sholish pe'omim eser, which is 3 times the number 10. Hashleimus, that's what 90 represents. Hashleimus dechol mispar hu kasher hu kolol mieser. The completion of every number is as the number is included or represented in the number by the number 10. For 10 is the completion of a number. This is interesting. It's brought by Rabbi Avram ben Ezra, the Ibn Ezra, on the Torah, in the book of Shmos, chapter 3, verse 15, and it's also brought in the Pardes, in one of the Kabbalistic writings. Shar base, perek base. Okay. This comes to instruct us in regard to the completion or the wholeness of the concept. And therefore, the Rebbe adds, the upcoming redemption will be the eternal redemption. Why? Kashura im mispar asara. Because it is connected with the number 10. Alei asar v'chulu. The leaves of 10, as it says in the in Tehillim. Ve'al pi zeh shleisha. And according to this, shleishim eser pamim shalosh, the number 30, which is 10 times the number 3, hushleimus b'chazaka. This is the completion when we're talking about chazaka, that which is repeated 3 times. Shleimus yoser mishalesh. This is the wholeness more than that which is 3. Sheish that which is 6, which is 2 times 3. Teisha, 3 times 3, v'chayotze b'zeh. V'tish'im, and 90, sholosh pe'amim shloshim, 3 times 30, hu hashleimus hamalea b'chazaka. This is the completion, the most wholeness and completion in the concept of chazaka, in the concept of that which is repeated 3 times. Now the Rebbe explains the letter tzaddik, which is the numerical value of 90, which is the chapter that we're dealing with in Tehillim, in Psalms. The regular manner in which our rabbis of blessed memory write, v'chulu, etc., this letter, ben milui, as it is written in its most whole manner, hu tzadi, is the 3 with the 3 letters tzadik, dalid, and yud. Leloi kuf basef, without the letter kuf, which makes the word tzadik. But the way the letter itself, tzadi, is written is tzadik, dalid, and yud without the kuf. And in certain places is written also tzadik with a kuf. We add to the tzadi the letter that comes after it, which is kuf. Shazeh kosher, which this is connected to imadarga de tzaddik, with the level of the tzaddik, of the righteous. That's tzaddik with a kuf, the righteous. Bechinas yesed k'may shekosov tzaddik yesed olam. This is the concept of yesed, of the foundation, as it is written, tzaddik yesed olam, the righteous, the tzaddik, which is the foundation of the world. The Isa Bisfarim, and it's brought in different books, in different writings, Al Pia Yadua Begeidel Hadiyuk Bechol Inyanei HaTorah, as is known in regard to the accuracy in all the concepts of the Torah, Ovifrat Kedushas HaYesiyos, and especially in regard to the holiness of the letters. Shelechol Eis B'milui Yesh Perush, that every letter in B'milui, as the letter is spelled out, like we said before, tzadi is tzadik daled yud. It's not only the one letter tzadi. Okay? There is a commentary behind it, as it is written out in letters. Shetzadi hu milshon tzad. For the word tzadi, tzadik, tzadi daled yud, as the letter tzadik is written, it comes from the connotation. It connotates, or it comes from the root of the word tzad. Tzad means to hunt. And according to this, it's understood. Shetzadi perushei tzad sheli. Therefore, when we come to the letter tzadi, as it is written out in letters, tzadik dalet yud, this means the tzad, the hunting of whom? Of me, of mine. By the way, it doesn't only mean hunt, but it also means the side, right? The tzad. So therefore, if we're talking about this side, so also tzadi would mean my side. My side, or my hunting. But here the Rebbe points out to the concept of my side, tzad sheli. And we must say, the Rebbe says, what is the concept of this in our service to Hashem? HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bara es ha'adam, the Holy One, blessed be He, created the human being, ve'ha'olam, and the world, ve'ofen sheyeshnam shnei tzadim, in a manner of which there are 2 sides. Ze lu'uma ze, one side opposite the other side. Tzad kedusha v'tzad shekeneged, the side of holiness and the side that opposes holiness. Hayetzer hatev, the good inclination, b'tzad yamin, cholo hayamoni, on the right side, the right chamber of the heart. V'hayetzer hara, and the evil inclination, b'tzad smel, on the left side, which we see is also in the person's heart on the left, in the left chamber. Since we know that the Torah that we have is the Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu commanded us, and this Torah which Moshe Rabbeinu commanded us is a Mayrasha, is an inheritance to Kehilas Yankiv, to the congregation of Jacob, Lechol Echad Ve'echad Misrael, meaning to each and every individual of the Jewish nation, each and every one of us included. Muvan Shetzadi, it's understood that Tzadik Dalid Yud, Hatzad Sheli, my side, like we said before, that is connotated from this word, Hatzad Difnei Yisrael, the side of the children of Israel, Hu Torah Mitzvahs. What does this side represent? It represents the Torah and the commandments of the Torah. Piskei Dinei Torah, the laws of the Torah as they are brought in the Jewish code of law. How is a Jew meant to behave in the world? And this is as opposed to the other side, the opposition. That the other side doesn't have any connection with the individual on a personal basis, on a intimate basis. And how much more so when we say that side, the opposing side, the side of the evil inclination, is not tzadi, is not tzad sheli, it's not my side, it's not his side, or the side of any Jew. But on the other hand, says the Rebbe, it is called tzadi, the letter is called tzadi, ach v'rak tzad sheli, only my side. V'lei mitziusi, and it's not called my existence, v'chayetze b'zeh, or whatever is similar to this. Kevan shakadosh baruch hu, since the Holy One, blessed be He, harei bara sa'elam b'shem elikim, He behold created the world with His name, or with the admonition that comes from His name, Elokim. Kitzad, as a side, bifnei atzmei, on its own, independent. Zelu mazeh asa Elokim. This opposite that did Hashem do. The world which hides and conceals Hashemliness. Tachtenim, that which is the mundane here in this mundane world. Ad tachtan shein tachton lemata mimeno. To the extent that we're talking about that which is low, the lowest of the low, that there is none lower than it. Be'inyan hester eira yisbarach. And this is in regard to the hiding, the concealment of Hashem's light. When we're saying that something is low, we're not talking about the way the person behaves, like the ongoing expression of a low life. We're talking about how much Hashemliness, or how much of Hashem's light is hidden and concealed or revealed. When we're talking about the hiddenness and concealment of Hashem's light, this represents the lowliness of this part of the creation, whatever part of the creation we're talking about. And it is not felt within him, as far as it is intrinsically concerned. To the extent that the person doesn't feel that there is a need to adhere to the instructions of the Torah. Again, it's connected to right now. We're talking about Hanukkah. So what are the lights of Hanukkah? It says Adi Kalya Rigla de Tarmudoi, until the foot of the Tarmudoi, the people from Talmud, that's somewhere not far from in the area of Syria. Those people that rebel against Hashem, until those people, the foot of those people that rebel against Hashem shall cease to exist. And this is the same thing over here. To the extent that there is such hiddenness and concealment of Hashem's light that people might behave, God forbid, the opposite of the Torah way. And what is the intention in this? That we should go and we should turn the world upside down. We should transform the world. That even the side of the world, as far as it is concerned, being mundane, being that which has a status of hidden and concealed Hashemliness, Yaskim will agree to the instructions and the laws of the Torah. And specifically then is there the permanency in the inner essence of the tachtenim, of the mundane world. And according to this, there can rise the question, even in regard to that which is not part of which is not holy, but that which is part of the secular creation. It is not even the other side, the side of evil, the side of the Yetzer Hara. It's a side which is objective. It's not going one way. It's not going the other way. What about this? That's what's called in Tanya, in Kabbalah, it's called klipas nega. Klipas nega. In other words, it can be elevated from the klipa, from the shells, from unholiness, or it can be going the other direction. The question that can rise: Keitzad yochol Yehudi? How can it be that a Jew lotzeis v'la'afich to go? How can a Jew go out and transform es hachefza de'olam, the existence of the world, the hanoshim ba'olam, and the people of the world? How can a Jew go out and transform this? Shehem mitzad inyonim hem. For these other parts, these other people, or these other objects in the world, they are, as far as their side is concerned, yisnagu al pi hayrois ufiskei dinei haTorah. They're till now behaving the opposite of the Torah. How can a Jew go and transform this object or this person that they will go and they will behave according to the instructions and according to the laws of the Torah? Ad lochifes kol boy olam. To the extent that we have the ability, as Rambam brings, to go and to cause all the people, all the population of the world, lekabel mitzvahs shenitztavu b'nei Noach, to receive and to accept upon themselves the mitzvahs that the children of Noach, the 7 Noachide laws, the children of Noach, from that generation on, accepted upon themselves. How do we have this power to go and to transform the world, the people of the world? Hu harei nogeh b'davar. For the individual comes and says that I'm biased about this matter. How, in what manner? Since the Torah is dependent on the Jewish nation. And the Torah was given for the Jewish nation, on the behalf of the Jewish nation. And therefore, the thought of the creation of the Jewish nation came even before the thought of the creation of or the thought of the revelation of the wisdom of the Torah. Like it states in the Torah clearly. Tzavis b'nei Yisrael, command the children of Israel. Daber el b'nei Yisrael, speak to the children of Israel. V'chayetze b'zeh, and that which is similar. V'achayus shel Yehudi tluya b'Torah, and the vivifying life of the Jew is dependent on the Torah. Hi chayenu v'erech yamenu. The Torah is our life force and is the length of our days. In other words, it gives us life. It's the source of our life. V'ashayla, and the question, going back to the question again. Since the individual comes and says, each and every Jew, any one of us included, the individual comes and says, I'm biased about the matter. How can this individual, any one of us, come and activate and bring about and make a dwelling place for him, blessed be he, in the nether world, in the mundane creation? Mitzad inyonam hem, as far as the other people are concerned, as far as the other objects of the creation are concerned, we can go and we can transform someone else? That person has to transform himself or herself. How can we go and so to speak, have an effect, have a profound influence on something which is dependent on someone else? And especially when we're talking about that which we're not objective about, because we have all our money invested in the stocks and bonds of Torah and mitzvahs. Comes the Rebbe and answers, L'chein asa HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There, by the way, this has to do again with Hanukkah, because the Rebbe comes and says, and the Rebbe comes and tells us that the lights of Hanukkah comes to light up the darkness when it becomes so dark outside, spiritually, not only materially. Spiritually, when it becomes so dark, because the light represents that which is chesed, kindness, and darkness represents that which is the opposite of kindness. So spiritually, we have a greater darkness, and also materially, we have the nights becoming darker and longer. Comes the Rebbe and tells us, a Jew is not afraid. This is, by the way, it's not in the Dvar Malchus itself right now. A Jew does not become frightened from darkness. A Jew does not become scared from that which he sees or she sees is a greater and greater unholiness or darkness outside. What does this trigger in a Jew? A Jew immediately feels, there's darkness, so that we need to go and to enforce a greater source of light. We need to bring into the world a more light and shine more energy, illuminate the world. And how do we do this? With an additional mitzvah. What is the mitzvah that we come to? The mitzvah of Hanukkah, the lighting of the lights of Hanukkah. And with this, the Jew comes and says that it's not enough that I'll light my own light. I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to my fellow Jew, to the members of my family, to my friends, my acquaintances, or any person that I meet on the street, any person in a shop. I remember the first night of Hanukkah this year. I was doing the last minute purchases in the grocery, and I asked the person sitting at the cashier, tell me, did you light Hanukkah lights yet? So the person says no. So he says, where are you planning to light your Hanukkah lights? So they say, at home. So I say, okay, that's fine. It's good. It's a big mitzvah to light at home with the family. But there's also a mitzvah, Pirsum Anisa, to publicize the miracle. And it's not only the lighting that we do, but it's also the lighting even without a blessing. To have a Hanukkah menorah like we see here in back of us, to have a menorah lit in any public gathering, let alone a grocery or a supermarket, that people, as long as people are walking around there or working outside in the parking lot, they'll be able to see the lights of the menorah, and this will illuminate their darkness within their hearts. And through this illumination, they will go and illuminate the darkness in the hearts of others as well. Getting back to the Dvar Malchus. a word from our a commercial in honor of Hanukkah, but it wasn't a commercial. It was a Dvar Torah of its own. Getting back to the Dvar Malchus. So this is the answer. How can a person go and have an influence on someone else? It's not dependent on me. I'm biased about it. Therefore, the Holy One, blessed be He, made it that a Jew, as he has descended down here in this mundane world as a soul in a body, he stands on a revealed basis as though on the sidelines. That his intrinsic connection, litero mitzvahs, to the Torah and to the commandments of the Torah, does not force him. Now, first of all, we're talking about the person himself, the Jew herself, the himself. The fact that we find ourselves here in this mundane world does not force us and doesn't cause us to any type of nitiyah, to any type of tending, begolui, at least on a revealed basis, sheyisnaikach, that we will behave in this manner. No one's forcing us. No one's holding a gun to anyone's head. But the matter has been given over to the free choice of this individual, whoever they may be. Shehu yivchar, that this person will choose, that we should choose the life, b'tzad the Torah mitzvahs, the side of the Torah and the commandments of the Torah. This is what we're supposed to choose. But we have the freedom to choose whatever we choose. Hashem comes and encourages us to choose that which is life, that which is truth. And therefore, there is no one that can say that they are biased about the matter. Because a person that is negea b'davar, a person that is biased, as far as the Torah is concerned, is a person that does not have freedom to choose. In other words, they're forced to choose one way or the other. But this is not the case in regard to anybody, and let alone any Jew, in regard to the study of Torah and the observance of the mitzvahs. Since the individual is not forced to go and to behave in any way, in any one specific way, every single person, every single individual has the side of goodness, the side of that which is good, and we possess that side which is the opposition to goodness. And like it states in the Talmud, in Talmud Tractate Brachos, Ze v'ze sheiftan. This side and the other side are the two judges that judge the individual whether we're going to do good, we're going to deviate away from the side of good to the other side. Lei moishlim. It doesn't say that the two sides rule over the individual, because if we were ruled over, so then that means that we don't have the freedom to choose. Each side judges. In other words, each side tries to convince us to go and to do the side that side is represented by, for the good or for otherwise. Gam loy nafsha elokis. Even the godly soul of the human being, of the Jew, does not rule over the Jew. We have complete freedom to choose between that which is good and that which is otherwise chas v'shal. Avol meisifim yud letzad. But we add, as we earlier mentioned, when we're talking about the tzad, the side, we add a yud at the end of the word side, tzad. Since the intention in this, that we should choose life. Sheyivchar shetzad yamin yeh tzadi. A person should be encouraged that the right side should be the side of the tzadi. Hatzad shalei, his side. Tzadi, my side. Vazai kishu beicher litzayes lenefesh elokis. And then when the individual chooses to follow and to do as the godly soul tells him, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ezrei. Then, when he has chosen, comes the Holy One, blessed be, from above, and gives us the assistance. Ki yamed limin evyin, as it states that he, Hashem, will stand to the right side of the poor, of those that are in poverty. Poor and poverty, spiritual poorness and poverty here. To come into to bring the individual salvation from the one that wants to judge his soul. In other words, the one that wants to judge his soul to the other side, to the side of evil, God forbid, to the side of the opposite of goodness. When it's exactly at half and half, and we choose for one reason or another, we have the freedom to choose. We choose godliness, we choose life, we choose the truth. Then Hashem has to tilt the scales, because we can choose, but the moment that we choose, it's still half and half. It's either good or bad, but someone has to come, and this is the power that we arouse when we choose good, that Hashem comes from above and tips the scale, so that what we have chosen is actually what we receive in real life. And this is the concept as we find it also. One second. And this is the concept as we find it also, these two ideas, as we find it in Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe ve'isha Elokim. Moshe and the man of God. And similar to this, haneshama v'aguf, the soul and the body of any individual, the chol echad ve'echad miYisrael, of any individual of the Jewish nation. B'yosei, since we are Moshe al Shem min hamayim mishisiu, since he is Moshe, which comes from the root min hamayim mishisiu, I have drawn him out from the water. L'mayla me'olam, in other words, above the creation, above the natural course of the mundane creation. Hareu kosher begolu yirakim elokus. Behold, Moshe Rabbeinu, on a revealed basis, is connected on a revealed basis only with godliness. Im ein maim elat. With the concept that there is no water other than Torah. Zichru Torahs Moshe Avdi, like it states in the prophet Malachi, in the Treasar, remember the Torah of Moshe, my servant. Shetorah hi balabais alo olam, that the Torah is the master over the world. Bereshis, like it says at the beginning of the 5 books, at the beginning of the book of Bereshis, Genesis, Bishvil HaTorah u'Bishvil Yisrael. Why does the Torah start with the word Bereshis? Because it comes to signify that the Torah is for two, the creation in general is for two purposes. Bereshis, Beis Reshis, the two beginnings. Bishvil HaTorah, for the Torah that is called the beginning of Hashem's of Hashem's ways. Bishvil Yisrael, and for the Jewish nation that is called the beginning of Hashem's crops. And with this power, with this strength, a person can transform the entire world. And to draw into the world Gilui Elokus, the revelation of godliness. Since we are an ish, mechetzi olamata, we are a human being from our loins down. Harehu, therefore he is nidme bechomriuse lugufe umasailam. We are similar in our material state to the bodies of the nations of the world. Velochein, since this is so, harehu ki'ilu aimed min hatzad. Therefore he is as though the individual, whoever it might be, is as though he is standing from the side. V'hu boicher, and he chooses, uvacharta b'chaim, like it states, and you shall choose life. Hashem encourages us to choose life. Shekfi shu nimtza ke'ish, that as we are, as an ish, as a human being, right? Here in this mundane world, na'asahu ish ha'elokim tzadi. We become the godly man, the tzadi, the tzad sheli. How do we become the godly man? Because we chose godliness. And this choice of godliness becomes our side. This is the tzadi. The tzad are the side of sheli, of mine. Al pizim movin, and according to this, it's also understood shekevan shetzadi, that since tzadi shetero mitzvosem atzad shelei, that the Torah mitzvahs is our side, his side. Ba leibnagea badovar, it comes to not the person who is biased about the matter, ela yedei b'chirasei, but a person who is totally objective. Totally objective. It comes through the choice of the individual. And this person has the freedom to choose whatever he wants. One side or the other. Chas v'sholom. Since on our external basis we are on the status of ish, of a human being, neshama beguf gashmi ba'olam, a soul in a mundane body in the world, we have the ability, we have the power to transform the world and the population of the world, those that dwell in the world, because we have the common denominator of what? Of being at least half from our loins down, we are connected to the mundane world. We are ish, we have the status of a human being. Even though we are human beings standing on the side, and we have the ability, the freedom to choose, and we choose the goodness, and Hashem encourages us that we should choose life. Shegam hem yaskimu. Through this, we have the ability to go and to have the influence on the world and the people of the world that they also will agree. We don't force them. We don't cause them against their free will. We bring them about to the realization that it's worth their while to agree to the Torah and to the mitzvahs, to the 7 Noachide laws. It's for their benefit. When a person sees that it's for their benefit, there's no reason that they should oppose such a thing. Obviously, they'll come and they'll agree. Letzayis leheroi satera, to agree, to follow the commandments and the instructions of the Torah. Ba'ifin kazeh, in such a manner, shezeh nikba etzlam bepnimius, that this is something that is forged within them on their inner basis. Kevan shezeh be'erkom, because it is something that is on their level. It's not something that is coming from the spiritual realms. It's coming from the mundane realm, ish, the status of the human being. Since this is on their level, as mentioned above. The Rebbe comes and ends as this ois. It was a very long ois. The Rebbe comes and the ois culminates as follows. Ba'ifin shal yedei zeh, in a manner that through this, godliness can be drawn, ulisgoles, and can be revealed, b'chol ha'olam, in the entire world. Ba'ifin shel kvius, and not only can it be revealed in the entire world and drawn down into the entire world, but it can be revealed and drawn down in the entire world on a permanent basis. And this is what the lights of Hanukkah come and tell us. And this is what we do every night that we light the lights of Hanukkah, we draw down and reveal the lights of Hashem in the mundane world, in the darkness, and we illuminate the darkness, that the darkness shines. This is the great wisdom of Shlomo Melech. We're told that Re'isi, that there is a Yisrein Ha'or Min HaChoshech. I have found that there is a benefit, that there is a virtue of the light from the darkness. Wait a second. That doesn't sound right. There is a virtue of light upon darkness. But there's a virtue of light from darkness? This is exactly what Shlomo Melech is coming to convey to us. That when we go and we encounter the darkness, and we come and we illuminate the darkness, so then there is a virtue of light that doesn't exist on any other level of light. When the darkness is illuminated, there is a light that is shining, that is greater and brighter than any other light that can exist in the world, in the mundane world, because it's tachton shein tachton lamato imeno. This is the lowest of the low, that the lowest of the low of the hiddenness and concealment of Hashemliness, of godliness. And therefore this light, when there is the virtue of light, not upon darkness, but from darkness itself, that the darkness is transformed to light, this brings about the great illumination of the menorah of the Beis Hamikdash Hashlishi V'Hanitzchi, of the candelabra, the golden candelabra of the third and the eternal Beis Hamikdash, with the lighting Teichef Umiyad Mamish, with the lighting of the menorah immediately now on a good and revealed basis. Freilich and Chanukah, and we should have Beseres Tevis and Moshiach immediately now. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai V'Kayom Le'olam Voed.